Welcome to the VGS. Shannon Heaton here.
And I'm Matt.
Do I have anything in my teeth?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw something in my teeth. Maybe it was a shadow. We are delighted you're joining us. You remembered the third Saturday of the month. As we are doing monthly now, the virtual guided session, we're going to play some mid-tempo tunes intended for you to play along. Hopefully we'll be in tune with you. Hopefully we can brighten this gloomy day in Medford, Massachusetts. But here we go. Oftentimes this time of year we have done a Halloween special. I did not do that this time.
No.
We did not make a plan for that. We are just playing tunes, no gimmicks, just the straight stuff, and looking forward to it. Boost the gloom, bring on the cheer. Arthur, you were Prems in the room. Welcome to you. And Bob in Wisconsin. Wonderful to have you joining us from beautiful Wisconsin, where the leaves are turning maybe before ours. I think you're a half a zone ahead of us. And Allison in France. Bilberries. You have bilberries. What are bilberries? Are they like blueberries? I think they are. I think they're kind of like related to blueberries.
Like a wild blueberry or something?
Something like this. I think they're better for you. They're higher in antioxidants and they're littler and darker.
I can't believe that they aren't selling them at inflated prices.
They probably are.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they
are
probably
like,
are.
what was that other one? Goji berries.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're big, weird, fraudulent berry.
Acai berries, lots of good berries out there.
Berries.
Yes. And Aga in Poland, welcome to you. I'm so glad you're able to join today. Steve in Pennsylvania, hi, and welcome back. Hi, Doug in Minnesota. And great to hear that you have the sugar maples on. Beautiful syrup time. Oh, and in Spain, hola, in Spain. And hola, nuestros amigos de todos los países, all over all these different countries joining us, giving me an opportunity to learn just a little bit more Spanish. That's what I'm doing this month. Very fun. So M, welcome to you. Hola to you, and glad you're joining us. Loic in France, hello and welcome back. Wow, it's been a while. And Marco and Jeanette in Italy, hello and welcome to you, my friends. Ciao, ciao. Hi to Dermot in Sarasota. Hi to Brian in California. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad your heat wave is breaking and glad you're here today. Ray, hi and welcome. Thanks for getting us started at the right time. Yeah. Hello to Per in Sweden. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Aaron in Arizona. Wonderful to have you here. And to Mike in Portland. Hi to you. Jocelyn in gloomy Pittsburgh today. Maybe we're sharing the same weather.
Probably.
Time to brighten the vibe. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ted in Ottawa. Hey. Maria in the UK. Hello and welcome to you both. And to Walt in Seattle. Hi and welcome to you. Saul in Michigan, Virginia and Halifax, and Anya in Slovakia. Welcome to you. Hi, Damien in France. Hi to Mason in Michigan today. Ooh, how wonderful to have you, friend. Hello to Simone hi to Simone in Midcoast, Maine. Welcome, welcome. Evelyn, welcome to you. And happy Lana Kruit.
Happy Harp Day.
Happy Heart Day. Harp Day. Oh, harp.
Yeah.
Harp. Lana Kruite. Hello to, let's see, to Fel in Southern California. Welcome back. Allison in Rhode Island. Welcome to you. And to Jim in Newcastle. Congratulations on the new apartment and hope that the music sounds sweet in there. So we're going to start off with Tripping Up the Stairs. Don't do that in the new flat, please. A jig in D and not too fast, right? Hey, Pete in Limerick. Welcome. Thanks for popping by and hope you have a good session tonight. So here we go. That one there. A 1, 2, here we go. some very interesting moments in there, man.
There was something in there that I couldn't quite find, but
Well, also,
I found some other things on the way.
yeah, I felt like, and this really, really worked. That was beautiful. I felt like we could have done it 3 more times and you would have kept coming up with some cool stuff in there. I felt like, especially the time before, your focus was a little on the soft side in a way that was really wonderful. You know, like sometimes when you're just kind of relaxed and like, of course you're paying attention, you know, and you're trying your best, but you're kind of like just playing, just relaxed a little bit, detached, maybe slightly, maybe distracted. I don't know, in the flow, whatever it was you had going on there. You know, there were a couple missteps that then you just kind of walked through and you made it work. That was kind of cool.
Okay.
That was kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of what you're aiming for. And now that I've said that, we're never going to find it again. And Ray, I definitely support you opening a dry red anytime. You know, I think that is a wonderful beverage. I will say for flute players who struggle with being spitty, I think sometimes the culprit is dehydration. How ironic, how strange, how unlikely. But yes, sometimes if you boost your level of hydration, you make less saliva.
So you're suggesting that the red wine as an excuse for...
I'm just saying red wine is great and so is water. You know, they're all good. They're all good. And so is New York. And thanks for joining us from New York, Michael. Wonderful to have you. And to Johnny in LA, welcome. And Daryl in California as well, welcome. And to Tech Shield, you're perfect. You're here right now and we're glad you're here. Romy-Nisi, hello in France. Your first live BTS. I'm so glad, Romy, that you're here. And Arthur, I'm glad you made it back. Welcome back for some reels. We're going to play the Chattering Magpie. And Brian, you suggested this one last month, I think. So we're going to get to that one. G major, if I'm singing that in G. And then let's try... in A, the Hunter's Purse, and the Silver Spear. Nice. So we got G, we got A minor, and we got D.
What more do you need?
1, 2, here we go. Ooh, I'm not in tune with reality. Are you?
Yeah, I am actually.
Okay. Bazooka and your guitar are not in agreement.
They just have very different worlds, you know?
The guitar was not in tune with reality. That's why.
It is.
It is?
It is, yeah, it really is.
Oof. All right, here we go. 1, 2.
nice, Shannon. Very
Enjoyable.
nice. Yeah,
Enjoyable. You know, a lot of us know that tune, the Silver Spear. If you don't know it, that's a real good one to know because it is so beloved and so well played, well known and often played. Have to say I really did enjoy playing the Silver Spear that time around. And Carrie, welcome to you and thank you. You're right, series of challenging events indeed. In our own town of Boston, we've had a sad shakeup with the loss of our friend Brian O'Donovan. In the world, there are horrific things going on, and we have friends here who have lost moms and all sorts of sad stuff going on the last couple weeks. And since we started this virtual guided session, it's been sort of amazing. We've endured a lot of personal losses in our community here, in our virtual guided session community, and wars and political unrest here in the States and abroad. And throughout it all, we have played things like the Silver Spear together. And it does feel like this moment of comfort and of normalcy to, you know, kind of practice these tunes together. It's just sort of like, you know, it's like a lovely service that we're doing here together, you know, for an hour on a Saturday. So thanks for being part of it. And to Brian, thank you for suggesting that beautiful tune, the first tune in the set, the Chattering Magpie. That was a good one. I didn't really remember it by name, so it was fun to go and peek. Oh yeah, that's the Chattering Magpie. That's a good one. I've learned a lot of tune names through the course of running this virtual guided session as well. And Walt, welcome to you. And good idea of if a tune doesn't stick, step away from it for a little bit, come back, see what sticks.
Stick, click, and quite click sounds like a tongue twister.
Yeah, or like some kind of entrepreneurial, some kind of like biz. I don't know.
It's a new app that helps you remember tunes called Stick Click. Stick Quick. Click, stick, quick.
Let's see. Tech Shield, yes, good. Glad to introduce you to the Silver Spear. You'll get a lot of use out of that one. And Margot, welcome to you. Nice. Putting Ships Are Sailing with Silver Spear. Now, that's another one, Tech Shield, that would be well known, a good one to learn. So that's amazing. Gilda, salut to you. Thanks for joining us. So lovely. Jim, these sessions are a shelter in life's storms. Yes, this music and this grand company of musicians is truly comforting. So for those of you who are new to the Irish music community, a special welcome to you. You're in for something very sustaining indeed, if you let it be. So we're going to play some Jigs, the Killavil, also a beloved classic in E minor. It's a goodie. Into John McHugh's. Now, this is one of my favorite jigs. It's in my first 50 book because I love it so much. All those tunes are like melodies that I love and that I think are kind of on the simpler side. You know, you can play them without a lot of fuss and bother and still they speak. So John McHugh's is also the October tune of the month on this very channel if you don't already know it. So here we go. 1, 2. yes, we did get to see Jim and Susie Malcolm at the Burn Back Room Saw, which was really lovely. They're wonderful singers, great show, and also, it was really important and lovely, again, to be in the company of other people who love traditional music. A few local friends turned out for that. And on that note, I did assemble a tribute to Brian, but also sort of a tribute to the power of going out and sharing tunes with other people. So I put that link in the chat there. It's called The Power of the Local Pub is this podcast.
Yeah, it's a podcast I was going to
It's a 12-minute long tribute podcast to the power of one person, our friend Brian, who really kind of helped us all sit a little straighter, sit up a little straighter, and value what we got here in Boston, in our traditional music community and around the world. And also sort of the power of just going out and celebrating this with all of us together. So yes, I hope you all check that out. And Mike, tone is beautiful today. I thought you were talking about Matt because you are a guitar player. Yes, and I think your guitar tone is lovely today. It's really sounding good.
Your tone is lovely too. But I mean, the whole,
these
studio
tunes.
projects.
These
B1.
Our crappy mic. It's not crappy.
It's not crappy.
Our mediocre microphone
yes,
that many people have said sound great, which is hilarious because it's not a remarkable microphone.
Not a sought after microphone.
But these tunes are high level, and so they elevate the microphone.
Yeah.
And this next tune was brought to our attention by Peter in California, in San Diego. Peter, I don't think you're here on the chat, so you'll see this afterwards. But you recommended to us the Humours of Glynn, which is a beautiful waltz. It was written by, I wrote it down, Pierce Power in 1805. Take that, YouTube copyright striking. This is public domain, like everything else that we're doing here on this channel, educational channel, so that it's ad-free is the idea. So it's a lovely waltz, and if you don't already know it, I didn't already know it. I think there are bits of it that you're going to pick up easily. It starts like this. So you could get just that piece of the phrase, da da dum da da dee 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 da, goes down to that F sharp, and then the B part. If that's all you get, that would be cool, right? So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Spooky. Oh my goodness.
Nice tune.
I like this little wee thread here. Maria had said that some tunes feel easier to play faster than others. Like some of them are more of a finger twister and some of them just go. And Allison's saying, I think it has something to do with letting go. And probably just like what sticks, you know, probably if there's a tune that grabs you, that you know by heart, that you can hear easily. And we're all wired differently. So maybe some tunes grab others, you know, grab you, and some don't. But I like that. I like that idea of like being able to let go and let some of the muscle memory of your instrument, you know, kind of flow while you really know this tune. That's a cool idea.
And surely, I mean, you know, some are easier on some instruments than others. Like, you know, they're just the way things lay on a, you know, a fiddle versus a flute. Like some
Vincent Broderick tunes tend to be pretty handy on the flute because Vincent Broderick was a flute player.
Right.
Yeah, nice.
Makes sense.
Lenore in New Jersey, welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. And Eleanor in Middletown, I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining us. And Evelyn, yes, the trills. You know, trills in a way, like you kind of, I think, can be judicious about the use of trills. You know, this is a tune from the 19th century, the early 19th century. Really, it's kind of like a almost, you know, an 18th century tune. 1805, right? So, you know, there might be a little grounds for a little Baroque practice. You know, if you hear in the In Harmony collection that we put out, I did, you know, allow myself to do some melodic variations and some ornamentation that might be a little farther afield. So there are some crayons and some trills in there, judicious, you know, small amount. They don't work the same as other styles of music, trills, you know, you don't put them in the same place. And also the tone is straight, right? And so it just has a different effect than other styles of music that have the trill. But, you know, the odd trill in Irish music can be really nice. Cheap trills. The pipers do it beautifully. So, but good calling that out. I love it. Okay, so next up, are we doing the Wise Maid? We're doing the Wise Maid. Allison, this goes out to you. Your mom was a wise maid, and we're thinking of you as you remember her. So the Wise Maid for you and Mom, Into the Bird in the Bush. So the first one. That's a goodie. Into. Nice. Here we go. 1, 2.
don't succeed. Try.
Time for the hornpipes?
Time for the hornpipes. It is time for the hornpipes.
The Fairies hornpipe in G?
Yep.
The Rights of Man in E minor.
Yep.
Speaking of hornpipes, the Canon James Goodman collection, in which Fell mentions that the Humours of Glynn appears, full of hornpipes. That is such an exciting early collection of traditional music because, of course, Canon Goodman was in Cork, big port town, so there's kind of influences from all over. Lots of great hornpipes. Maybe this one's in there. Fairies hornpipe.
Yeah.
That was sung grossly.
You should sing.
Into. Yes?
Yes.
1, 2. Welcome, and Margie and Jim, glad that you're enjoying the variations today. Who knows?
They are varied.
Some days there's more variation than others. Every day is a varied feast.
Yeah.
And if you like any of the variations that I'm doing, they're yours. Try them on for size. That's how I developed my variation toolbox and continue to do so, is by hearing other people do things or accidentally doing something myself and then maybe codifying it a little bit and trying it in other tunes. Have at it. Same with your chords.
Yeah.
Have at them.
I will say one quick thing that I did in the fairy hornpipe that I kind of like. There's a bit in the second part where it goes. There's like a C sharp in it, so you could make a case for it going to like an A7. But it's like doing a whole big like that could be a little too much. So what I do instead is so it's like C, A, and then the C sharp just for a second. So I spells out an A7 chord for just a moment, which gets you up to the D.
Nice. Welcome
Secondary
back.
dominant, yo.
Welcome back, Manoth and Mary. Yay. Those are a nice couple of tunes. And speaking of nice couple of tunes, always a nice tune with Steph.
Oh, yeah.
Arthur, good question. Yes,
Yeah,
always.
had a lovely time with Steph. We were both teaching out at the Portal Irish Music Week in Arizona, which was New Mexico, Arizona. I always get confused because you fly into one. Anyway, it was great. It was a good week.
Yeah.
And it was warm and sunny.
Kingston, New Mexico. It's happening again next year in October. Make your plans now. What a beautiful place that is and a beautiful community. So we're going to carry on with our Offertory jig and reels.
So we did a couple weeks ago over on Facebook. We did a sort of an open rehearsal thing where we arranged a few tunes. We kind of kept it very interactive. People would toss tunes out and we tried different things. And which is still, if you want to check it out, it's over on the Facebook page, on the Matt and Shannon Facebook page. But we're going to play what we came up with, which is 4 tunes. The first, a jig called Old Joe into 3 reels, the Otter's Holt, the Bag of Spuds, and the Connaught Heifer. And if you would like to, we're passing the virtual hat, so if you would like to drop something in, there's a PayPal and a Venmo link.
And welcome to Arbor in Alaska, and welcome to Virginia. So I enjoyed the arranging workshop, though. That was really, or workshop, whatever, our little open rehearsal. It was really weird and really cool to have to let people into our arranging process, which is weird. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
We start together.
We do.
Okay. 1, 2. Those are fun tunes. And you know what is wild? Here we are, just in this room.
We are, literally.
Aware of you guys playing along in your homes and grateful for it. That is the one time in this hour of company that it felt more like a performance versus us playing tunes. It definitely felt different to kind of present our arrangement versus playing some tunes together with all of us. Even though we just played trad tunes and maybe a lot of you were playing along with us because of kind of the intent. It's interesting. I mean, that's something that we didn't necessarily mention in our arranging live stream. It's just like when the intention is to sit down and play these tunes together, it really does feel different versus, kind of presenting and playing for, right?
Yeah.
And the cool thing about this music is you can kind of do both. Yeah. Even when you're performing, it can still be a communal act, but kind of interesting. Interesting. That was an interesting experience. Joey, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're doing well in Florida and happy you are here. And to Mick in Dublin. Hey, thanks for joining us. Happy you're here. Dermot, glad you enjoyed that. Okay, so onward to some slides. Shall we play some slides?
Let's play some slides. Let's do a slideshow.
Okay, so we had a request for this one. Patty Cronin's. I think this is the right one. Across the Road, is it called? That one there? Mm-hmm. Into a tune by Cuz Teahan, by Terry Teahan. Teahan's favorite, maybe. Into Callaghan's was the name that I found on it, but it's also called Michael Russell's.
Yeah, definitely got some strong confidence in all those names.
Doing my best.
No, I mean, better play them than name them, but
yeah,
that is funny though.
And we mean for this to be sort of a moderately paced session.
Yes.
This is not a fast session, but nor is it slow. Yes. Slides, you can only go so slow before they kind of start to sound dumb. Fair. I think. I'm just, that is probably my shortcoming.
We're not going to go crazy fast.
So like, is that good?
Yeah, I think so.
1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty dodgy, guys. Trying to honor requests here, so doing our best. But those first two tunes, a little fragile in my knowing of. I think that first tune, the second tune. I think that's what I eventually figured out.
Uh-huh. I do like a little fragile in my knowing of. That is very English as she is spoken.
Speaking of fragile.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, Matt Heaton, when we are not playing Irish music, does a lot of music for kids and families.
I do.
A lot.
Yes.
And one of the gigs you have is at a toy store.
Yes.
And over the months, you have built up credit and built up credit and built up credit and built up credit. And for my birthday, I got a toy. My birthday was back in July. It took about a month or two before I opened the box because I knew I would have to commit a little bit of time. But it was a kit to build a Lego typewriter. Guys, check this out.
To say there were a lot of pieces in this box.
Careful, fragile.
Yeah,
fragile.
very
Amazing. Oh my gosh, and look at this. It moves. Can you see it moving? Oh my gosh. It's so cool. Wait, let's watch it move. It's so cool. A lot of minor keys in this one.
Yeah.
Careful, Shannon.
Yeah,
Careful,
put it down
Shannon.
carefully.
Fragile.
Yeah.
Fragile. And super fun. It felt so gratifying to build this thing.
It's a big build.
It's a big build.
There's a lot of little
Highly
little tiny
recommended,
gears and
to
things.
build a huge Lego kit as an adult is so fun. I mean, our kid did help.
Yeah.
And there was one thing I really could not figure out.
Yeah.
And he came to the rescue.
Yeah.
Our child.
Yes.
Our child.
Yes. He literally looked at the book and was just like, "Oh no, you do this."
But figured it out.
Yep.
So amazing.
What do we
so
got?
amazing. We're gonna do some jigs and then we'll just do
Good
a
for
march
us.
to finish.
Okay.
Yes? Should we just go ahead? Because for the monthly Tomb Zoom, which I do on the first Saturday of the month, if you want to get in on that, just email me. It's Saturday morning in Boston, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. It is so sweet, and we learn one tune together. So we learn the bride's favorite. So we're going to do the Colliers, which jig. Into the Humours of Glendart. Into, that's a little regional spin on it.
Thank you.
The bride's favorite, which was the Zoom tune last month. This month.
Woo!
Wow. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go. One click too fast. Yeah, we're excited. It was my fault.
I'm excited.
I counted it off.
You know what? I'm going to just take this opportunity. How about
A 1, 2, 1. Ronnie, it's nice to have you back with us. Welcome, welcome. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us for tunes and celebration of Lego. Yeah, Manoth, it was really cool to assemble that Lego typewriter. And shortly after that, we had to replace the ribbon and fix a few things in our own manual typewriter. We did kind of learn a few things from putting things together. That was really cool. And Anya, I love that you build a Lego winter village. That's nice. That's a good idea. Let's do it. We can just freestyle that one with the Lego we have at home. So before we go, we're going to just go over a couple minutes to play. Oh, I love that tune so much. The Highland Laddie. There's an Irish version of it called the High Call Cat, but we'll play the Highland or the Highland Laddie, the March version. Yes. And before we do, thank you for joining us. Dankjewel. Guramahagat. Ta palat. Merci beaucoup. Trugare. Arigato gozaimasu. Muchas gracias. Dziękuję. Dankeschön. Mille grazie. Xie. Mkoi. Chwala wam. Toda. Tusen tak. Kamsahamnida. Evcharisto. Chwala wam. Eskarikasko. Danyavad. Kidos. Natenda. Shukran. Miigwech. Yudva. Spasiba. Ahehe. Salamat. Tarimakashi. Dioch. Kusanem, muito obrigada, kam un, khop kun naka, khop sai laida, and thank you for joining us. We'll be back for another virtual guided session on the 3rd Saturday of November. And until then, let's play this tune.
Yeah. I mean, we'll stop playing it at some point before then, but
That would be really weird. The Guinness Book of World Records. You in tune with reality, man?
I mean, it'll do.
1, 2. Again,
Thanks,
everybody, and so wonderful, Patrick, to have you joining us from Florida. Elizabeth, good luck on the move. Walt, it is an amazing list of thank yous. That's because as we have gone along in this project, folks have joined from different places, and I've always tried to incorporate a thank you for them. So if we missed your language, let us know to make sure to get that for next time. Thanks again, everyone. Thanks, Lilith. Take care.